Hello everyone. Good evening and welcome back. Today we are going to conclude this particular topic in the webinar series for the month of April, that is on how to find your way out of suffering, how to end your suffering. And first 3 weeks we have been discussing and learning about how to identify which role do we play in a drama triangle. Sometimes we are a victim or we are a rescuer. We are a victimizer at times. And we have spoken about how to identify these roles, what are the indications, and how to come out of it, or what we could do if we identify ourselves with one of the roles. Yeah. Now, of course, if you have not attended any of those, you can go back to our YouTube channel and watch those recordings so that this concept is clear for you. Now, we learned that sometimes we play a certain role in a drama triangle, and that's how we are suffering. So, there is another layer to this, that at times we play all the roles in a drama triangle. We keep on jumping from one role to another role. We may jump back to the first role or we may jump to a new role. So, in the same situation, sometimes we are a victim, sometimes we are a rescuer, sometimes we are ourselves a victimizer. Yeah? And when we change our roles, it is definitely more challenging to identify ourselves with one of the roles, and it is even more difficult to come out of it. So, I can give you an example of how at times, we jump the roles. So, I was doing a call with a client, and she was talking about what's going on after the therapy. And while talking, she's giving me her challenges, and she's saying that it is very very difficult for her to deal with her situation in the family. And immediately after two sentences, she says that even her in laws have been a victim or have been in pain, which they are not able to identify, and they also need help. So sometimes she feels that she needs to first help them. And then while talking, she comes back to, but you know what? Whenever I try to talk to them, they do not listen to me at all. And I feel so helpless. So now she first was a victim, then she jumped to a rescuer mode, then she came back to victim role again. Now, if she identifies this, she can distinguish both the parts in her. That there is a part in her who feels a victim, there is another part of her which has the need to rescue her family members from their pain. And one part might be responsible for the another part. But if she identifies both the parts in her, then in a distinguished manner, she can look at the layers below that. That what in her needs to rescue her family members. How does she feel when they are not rescued? Maybe there will be another emotional layer. And when she is wanting to rescue them, what about her helplessness which she feels with them for her own pain? So, last time I remember someone asked me, why is it necessary to identify the victimizer role? Right? And we had a discussion that even a victimizer is in pain, but they are not aware of it. So, our job in a painful situation, in a suffering, is only about us. So, even if we want to rescue somebody, we feel that we are helping them by, bringing them out or empowering them. But again, it speaks something about us. If that help is unasked for or undue. So, if you start identifying yourself in any one situation which is most pressing for you, are you playing multiple roles there? And if you are playing multiple roles, what all the roles are there that you are playing? Are there any particular patterns in this? Yeah. Priya, would you like to add something over here?
I think the flow is just perfect. I just want to clarify that point that you said, where the person might want to rescue the people in the family and it is unwarranted for. Now, if you look at it from the point of view of the family members, maybe the person is a victimizer, is actually trying to change them. When in the so-called client's head, she is the rescuer. So the drama triangle is still in place. So in a way, she moved from the victim to the rescuer to the victimizer, that I will take it up to change them. And they are not even ready for it. Yeah. So I feel the role of the victimizer in such situations is very difficult to pull back, because most times we want to play good and we are not okay with being the pushy one in the relationship. But we do unknowingly become the victimizer. Because at some point in time, if you've been a victim or a rescuer, you will be the victimizer. I just wanted to clarify that, right? Rest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Like drama triangle is still in place, even if you have changed the role. Right? So when we are changing the role and we are trying to uh, you know end the suffering for another person or change another person in the situation, that's when we keep getting entangled in the situation. It will continue that way. So the entire focus has to come back to yourself. The entire question has to be about, what do I want out of this? What do I see which I can change in me or myself? So, which is the role that I'm playing and how can I come out of it? That needs to be the question. Yeah. Now, when we are jumping the roles, of course, we think that if we stop being a victim, maybe being a rescuer will help us to resolve the situation. And if being a rescuer is not enough, then sometimes we think that if we become a victimizer, then the earlier victimizer will realize that how it feels to be a victim. So that's how when we keep our focus outside, it keeps coming back and the drama triangle continues. Yeah. Now, when we are sharing all of this, we spoke before this that a victim can come out of the drama triangle by becoming a creator. Yeah. A rescuer can come out and take a role of a coach.
Coach.
And a victimizer can come out and become a challenger. Are we saying that you always have to turn a drama triangle into an empowerment triangle? No, that's not we are suggesting. You still have a choice. What if you say that I don't want to play a victimizer anymore and I don't even want to challenge the creator? I don't want anything to do with this particular relationship, or I don't want anything to do with this particular situation. That is also a choice. So, don't take this as to end a drama triangle, you will always have to turn it into an empowerment dynamic. No, sometimes you may just wish and intend to stop playing that game, not being part of that situation, not being part of that relationship or that bond anymore. Of course, if the situation doesn't allow, if the life does not allow you today, and you still have a choice where you would like to try it, then you can definitely go into empowerment dynamics instead of just ending the situation. Yeah. So it's a choice, and the choice is yours because life is yours. And for that, you first need to bring the focus to yourself. That are you just managing and improving the situation, staying in a drama triangle, or you actually want to resolve it? You actually want to end the drama triangle and switch it into an empowerment dynamic or end the situation itself, or maybe that relationship itself. So you need to sit with yourself after this webinar and think about different roles that you are playing. Maybe you are jumping the roles. And if you are jumping the roles, what in you needs that? And when you start working on yourself, you will go back to your own life story, because you will start identifying certain patterns in them. Maybe people who are elder to you, you end up playing rescuer mode, or you end up playing victim, or people who are of a certain quality, you are victimizer to them. Okay. Or maybe a particular group of people in your life, a particular group of friends or colleagues, or particular group of family members, you are a victim to them. So if you start noticing different groups in your situation, in your life, or different kinds of situations, so patterns could also be in situations. Remember, we spoke about when we feel victim, the situation might be a victimizer at times. It doesn't always have to be people. So maybe you're struggling with money, or maybe you're struggling with your career, and you keep repeating similar patterns. You keep attracting similar uh, type of people in your life when it comes to money or business or career. So then there is also a particular pattern that you are repeating. And you will be able to identify, are you playing victim in finances? Are you playing victim in your career? Or are you playing a rescuer mode when it comes to your health issues? Instead of creating it from a healthy context. So, I think what we want to invite here to all of you to do is sit with yourself, make a list of different aspects of your life and different, maybe, group of people or different individuals in your life who matter to you, and start identifying, are you playing any of the uh, role of drama triangle there? First, you can check, are you satisfied in that situation and relationship or not? Are you happy or you are not happy? Or maybe some aspect of the relationship is good, you are happy, satisfied, some aspect you are not. So sit and start identifying which role are you playing. Are you jumping the rules? That will give you pretty much a great amount of clarity about your life story, your patterns, from where you are making choices in your life, from where you are living your life. And with that, I'm very, very sure certain aspects or certain roles, certain patterns start dropping when you become aware of them. And rest of them will require personalized work. But then you will actually know where to work and what help you need. So then maybe you can identify a therapist and go to them and start working on them. And I'm very sure you will be able to measure your growth, because it is like, you are like you're zooming in your life story, and you are, instead of looking at the fabric, you're looking at the threads. So now the threads are getting cleaned, and you will be able to decide what choice you want to make, which thread to discard, which thread to repair and continue, and how you want your life's fabric to look. So that's what we have uh, to share with you all. Dear, do you want to add anything? Unmute yourself.
I would just like to say that this, conceptually as simple as it sounds, in everyday life, it's a practically a kind of a lifestyle which you will have to bring into awareness, because in very subtle in a very subtle manner, we do keep shifting rules. Like, I can share that Gayatri and I, while we were planning for this series on self-reflection, there were quite a few areas which were coming for us also in our own lives. So you're like, oh, this is what is happening here, and that is what is happening there. So it's a practice which will bring in a lot of shift if applied consciously. So many times, at least I have noticed for myself, and I can share, I'm sure Gayatri also will agree, that then you start choosing what to talk, what to use, what to say, where to speak. They say, right, you can choose your battles. So that starts kind of happening when you understand what is the role that you're playing. So that's the only thing that I would like to. You are on mute, Gayatri.
Yeah. So I think that's it. That's all we have to share. So let's open the topic for discussion.
Yes.